Hi, everybody. How's it going? Can you hear me at all? Yes, no, maybe. We're just going to give it a few more minutes and then I'll start going down my list here. I got quite a bit to say this time. Surprise, surprise, I know. But Bob, I know you're outside, but can everybody hear me at all? Oh, hello. Oh, perfect. Thank you. So just a couple minutes and we'll get going. Yay. Oy. Perfect, perfect. RJ! Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Here I am. Hi everybody. Hi Joy. Hi Tina. And Jeff and Mark and Big Family Expedition and everybody. Oh hi. uh, J and A, how's it going? It is slightly warm in here. I'm a little nervous in case anybody couldn't tell. Oh, but Penelope is here. Uh, I hope so, Joy. I really do. I'm telling you, it's like a big hot flash in here right now. Oh, that's right. I remember this. Boxers are brief. So, okay, so we can do this a little quick while we're waiting for more people. Boxers are brief for Bob. Bob does boxers, and not only does he do boxers, he only buys them from Duluth Trading. Oh, yeah. So there's your answer. We'll start you off with a funny, I guess. Oh, thanks, Tina. All right. So the topics that I have all come from this community. You guys have sent me these. Thank goodness, because I really didn't know what I was going to say. But towards the end, there is something that I need to talk about. So if you guys can bear with me, and we'll get through this, and then I'll get to what I need to say for this. Hi, John. Bob is yelling. It depends on the day. Oy. All right, so we're going to get started here. And so I have notes. I have pages of notes because I really don't want to forget everything. So, again, all the topics that I'm going to be discussing for now have come from all of you. So, the first one is travel days. And you want to know how far do we typically travel on our travel days? Depends where we're going. Uh, Sometimes it's no more than 4 hours. If we have places to go and we need to be there in a certain time frame, uh, we would go 8 to 12 hours. We've done that quite a bit. Uh, and do we plan our stops along the way, or do we just play it by ear? Well, we plan a lot of our stops along the way, but there are a few times that, we see something cool. And if we can get Bogart and Humphrey in there, then we'll stop, but otherwise we just do our planned route. Um, oh, hi. Okay, so, and how often do we change our location? Well, that varies. We're usually anywhere from 2 weeks to a month as of late, but the month-long stays are kind of getting a little much. Like it almost kind of gets too comfortable where you feel like it's not like it's home, but it's close to that. So we don't like to stay anywhere more for more than 2 or 3 weeks at a time, typically. So, and this was cute. And do we carry wasp spray? And the answer to that is no. We do not have any wasp spray yet. It's on the list. It'll probably be on the list just like the hydrocortisone cream, because we still don't have that either. So, yeah. And what do you do to protect your rig and belongings when you leave it for the day? Ah, good question, Joy. We have cameras. So we set up our cameras outside and we can use them. We can see through the app on the phone what's going on or whatever. So keep everything locked down, turn the propane off, do the water, the whole nine, just in case. But knock on the table, we haven't had any issues yet. So that is really good. So the next question somebody wanted to know is hobbies. Do I have any hobbies? I used to, believe it or not, when we were home, I used to do like the latch hook kit things. I used to do like needlepoint. But since we've been on the road, my hobbies are just like exploring. Like I don't have time for that anymore. So Bob works full time all day long, and YouTube and social media and emails have kept me busy during his work schedule. So that's what I do all day long. And it is so the emails from sponsors from you guys, which is really great. That keeps me going. That's what we do. And after work, depending on what time zone we're in, we just go out exploring and just find new places to walk, to hike. If it's raining, we'll find a good mall. We'll go out to eat, just things like that. But as far as hobbies specific for me, I don't have them because honest to God, I don't have time for that anymore. So there's that. And J&A, you guys asked, who does most of the cooking? Well, that would be Bob. And it's so great. And he's always been like, when we were home, because I worked full time, we had the 3 kids. So I came home, I cooked. He did on the weekends. But now he's like, you've cooked like forever and a day. It's my turn. And let me tell you, I'm never going to turn down food, especially when he cooks it on the grill. It is just so good. It is so good. But when it rains, we have the air fryer. But yeah, and he does. But hold on a second. I forget one thing. He makes a mean pasta. It is so good. Like his sauce, I don't know what he puts in it because, well, love. He puts love into it. But it's so great. And I think, besides the grilling, that's the best meal he's made. So yeah, it always tastes better when the men cook. It does too, right? And because that's what they say to you. It tastes better when you get it. But yes, YouTube is a full-time job. Absolutely, it is. Oh, goodness. So let's answer some questions. Local squirrels go missing each. Oh gosh, no, 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 no. No. I have to try. I'm telling you, the pasta, the sauce, I don't know what he does to it, but it's just delicious. Rabbit. Really, Bob? That's so cool. And then also, people want to know, does Bob ever embarrass me in public? Yes. Yes. And specific to that is when we go to Aldi. And RJ will attest to this, hopefully. So when we go to Aldi, I have this thing that I love to go down their aisle of shame. And their aisle of shame, all it is just like their specials for the month. If they have new clothes, pots, pans, whatever have you. Candles are my favorite from there. But there's this group on Facebook, and all of a sudden they do like this. They do caca, like up and down the aisles. And then they try to get people to do it back to them. Well, Bob, because we all know how quiet he is, he's just such that deep voice that he'll go down the aisle and he'll be like, caw-caw, caw-caw. I'm like, oh my God, no. Like, I'll turn around. I legitimately turn red. I'll walk around and he'll find me and he'll go, Care, why? Why are you walking away? And he'll do it to me again. And it's so crazy. But yeah, he does embarrass me from public from time to time. That'll never stop. Yes, the Eilish has the best candles. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Do you guys go to Aldi at all? Because anytime we're in a new area, that's like the one thing I have to do. It used to be Walmart, but now it's the Aldi. I got to check out the new Aldi. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, Bob, embarrassing me. Yes, Bob. Good Lord. Whoops, the table's shaking. So then there was another question about our domicile state and how did we choose that. Well, we've gone over that before, but Florida for us was, we knew that was where we wanted to be. It fell in line with pretty much our beliefs, and it was close. So at first we were thinking Texas, but Texas you had to have a physical address and a mailing address, which really didn't make sense. So your mail was routed twice, and that wasn't really going to work for us. So we chose Florida, and honest to goodness, it was so easy. You know, you just call the county and they give you all the information. If you have, you know, all your paperwork together or whatever, it's really, we were in and out in about a half an hour. And like we said before, it took the longest was to pick out our license plate because they have a whole wall of license plate photos and everything else. So Florida for us, it was a good fit. So yeah. Really? So yeah, so that's what we do. And let's see, someone else want to know about my kitchen and how I organize. It's very simple. I put stuff in it. There's really no organizational things to it. It's just, it's small. And yes, we overbuy. And yes, we have like a line of water over here because we drink so much water. Um, Gosh, I don't even, I have no here nor there on how to organize that stuff. It just goes in the cupboard and there it is. Oh, goodness. And so we're going to answer a couple more questions. I don't want to. Let's see. That special oregano. You know, sometimes that doesn't hurt, you know. But yeah, so there's that. And I want to, so there were a few topics, so we'll get those out of the way. But there's just something that I really need to talk about. And I think I'm hoping to explain this the best I can and as easy as I can. And it's about this whole YouTube thing, right? So when you guys have a conversation and you're talking to a person, you can feed off of that person. You can see how the conversation is going by facial expressions, by body language, and you can just feed each other in that way. YouTube, on the other hand, you're talking to this, and there is no feeding off of this. There is no expression from this. It's just you, and you're engaging a camera, right? And they say, well, it's okay. You can, you know, pretend that you're talking to somebody else, but it's not that easy, right? And so you have to do it all. You have to keep that engagement going, kind of like it is here. And it's difficult. It really is difficult. And then as you're talking, and because you're only talking to the camera, there's dead air, and you can't have dead air, right? So if I went quiet for 30 seconds, like right now, how many of you guys would click off? And it's just being honest, and it's true. You would, I would, right? And so you have to fill that. So unless there's some music going, or somebody showing pictures or whatever, you have to keep that momentum going, or you're going to lose people. And we know when people click off, because the analytics show it. They show that exact moment that you're clicking off and where you're clicking off. And it's typically, that quick transition, or if you think you said too much, or you didn't say enough, or however. But Bob has to fill that space. Like, I'm still learning that part. So Bob has to fill that space. So there's no lag, there's no quiet time, right? And so that's what I'm learning to do right now. So we're not perfect, and we're not professional, nor would I want to be, because life isn't perfect, right? It is what it is. It's ups and downs and whatever. But we're constantly improving. At least I'm trying to, because I know how much this means to him. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm hoping that as you watch our videos and you get to know us as people, and not just, oh, those YouTubers, or this one that talks too much, or this one that doesn't talk enough, that you'll understand our banter, and you'll understand how we are as a couple. So that's very important for me to say right now. Oh, thank you, Mark. um and I have all these notes, because I really don't want to miss anything. So right now on YouTube, we have 27,055 subscribers, right? So that means there's 27,055 personalities out there that subscribe to your channel for different reasons, right? And so there's a small percentage, and it's less than 1%, that are negative, right? And so those negative comments come in the form of this simple one that I can't stand, and I'm going to say I hate it, is let her speak. For one, it's gross, and you're throwing women decades back, right? It's bad. Thank you, Mike. um, it's just, I don't need people that try to stick up for me. Like, I don't need any of that. I don't need people trying to protect me with their negative comments, because I've been married for 30 years to the same man, and that man has done that for me for the last 30 years. So these negative things of, he talks too much, or let her speak. Well, I do speak. And when I speak, I usually have more than I need to say, right? But you have to understand that he needs to fill that time. He picks up where I lack, right? And that's what you have to do. And that's what makes us a couple, and that's what makes us work in the YouTube segment, in the RV segment, or just YouTube in general. So I feel like I needed to get that out, because this is going to be the last time that I'm going to address any of this, because again, it's our channel. And like I said, the more you get to know us as people, and not just those, disruptors and everything else that we've been called, we're genuine, and we're honest, and we care, right? So I'm not going to be talking about that again, because I'm just done with that part of it. So let's go back to some questions. Can we see your... Okay, so there was a video on that as well that you should go back and check out. You're a rock star. And yes, and we do compliment each other. And that's what I need people to understand. It's not him, like, just running roughshod over stuff. It's not. It really isn't. So take us on a tour of your chill. You're looking at it. You look, I don't know. You're looking at it. Oh my goodness. I'm doing amazing. Well, let me tell you, I got like this constant hot flash going on right now. It is warm in here because I had to shut the air conditioner off because that's all you would have heard. Gosh. There are a couple. Yes. And so, yeah. So that is what I have at the moment. Would you guys have any questions for me? Like any personal questions? I'm kind of sort of an open book. Not really. Oh, you're. I don't know. I'm telling you. And that's the thing. My facial is, I cannot lie. I can't do it. Not that I would do it anyway, but when we had to wear masks, that was the best thing for me because it's just, my face says it all. If my mouth doesn't, my face will. Oh, wow. It is very, very true. Yeah. My favorite RV YouTuber? Oh, gosh. I would love to say that I have one, but I don't. I don't really watch the RV segment at all. There's very few YouTubers that we watch. I like watching Yankee in the South. I think they're great people. They're genuine, they're honest, they're down to earth, and they just do their thing. I like them. They're so you should go check them out too. The Yankee in the South. Do you follow the Hanks? I've seen a few of their things. But no, I don't, like I said, I don't watch, I don't really, honestly, I don't watch YouTube a whole lot, and I probably should, but I really don't. Nope. Yes, Bob, he does. And see, thank you, Mike. Yes, Bob does have that gift, and I tell him that all the time, and he's like, oh, no, 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 no. But he really, really does. And he knows how to tell a story. He knows how to keep, people engaged. I'm a work in progress, I guess. And really, in your Duluth boxers. Oh, sorry. Oh, all right. So Bob is the man. Bob is something. He really is. He really is. Oh goodness. Is He's not actually, John. He is outside on the picnic table. He will not be in here. It is just me. Just me. So sorry about that. Hmm. Oh, goodness. All right. So back to the topics. Yeah. Oh, you look. See, I'm just contagious, I guess. Please. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow. That is so awesome. Ugh. All right. So let's get back to some topics. So there was another security question, believe it or not. So again, we have cameras, we have, you know, the locks. We shut off. We're not gone like days on end, but when we do go on day trips, we do have the cameras, and like I said, we can see them on the app. So that's pretty good. Aw, thanks. Oh goodness. So we are currently in Tennessee. We're just outside of Nashville, and it is so pretty here where we are. Um, they have live music every night. As Bob's outside, he can probably chime in on that one, but it's a beautiful place. No rain. It's been sunny. They have amazing malls here. Do you have a state or area that is your favorite to visit? Um, my favorite state at the moment is Tennessee. Like we've always loved Tennessee. There's so much to do. You're never ever bored there. Here, my second favorite would be South Carolina. Like South Carolina will always have a special place in my heart, always. Because thanks to Amelia, she wanted to see, when she was little, we asked her, because we used to go on vacation for our honeymoon, and Jesus Christ, uh, for our anniversary, and she came with us because she was still the youngest. And so we asked her, what did you want to do? Like, where do you want to go? And she said she wanted to see palm trees. And so Bob and I, we Googled around, and South Carolina was the closest for palm trees. So we took a trip to South Carolina, and it's just been a special place ever since then. Yep. So yeah. But yeah, those are my two favorite places so far. Um, we've been out to Texas, and I have to say, Texas, I kind of was disappointed a little bit, I guess. I mean, like we went through Houston, we went through Austin, uh, but I don't know. I don't know, just not my thing. We did go to Waco though, because one of the things on my bucket list was to go to the silos, to Magnolia, and see all of that, because I loved watching Chip and Joanna Gaines, like Fixer Upper and all that stuff. Um, so we did that, and I bring this up all the time because it's so much smaller. Like the area that they put that in, it's like plopped right in the middle of a city, and it's all fenced off, and it's like its own little entity in there. But it's just things that you see on YouTube and on just TV in general. They make it's so elaborate and so beautiful, and then you get there and it's like, oh, this is cute. Like, okay, where's the rest of it? And it's not like that's all there is. But it was a really great experience, and yes, I did eat a cupcake. I had a strawberry cupcake, and let me tell you, that stuff was so good. So good. Uh, yeah. So, you guys, well, that is nice. West Virginia, yes. We have been to West Virginia. We've been all over Virginia, actually. And that was the first time, which actually, it's a good point to bring up because we get asked all the time about these necklaces. And so back in 2017, right? 2017, when we had these necklaces, Bob and I always watched like videos on the AT because it was something that we really wanted to do. I mean, we're not going to do the whole thing, but we do section hiking, or did section hiking. And so this was the first one. It was Mount Catawba in Virginia. And it was so beautiful. Like, I fought with him all the way up because I'm like, I am never going to make it up this thing. And it was taxing. Like, I wasn't in the best physical shape at all. And this thing was like straight up. And the first time we saw that was, oh my God, hold on, let me think for a minute, was Less Junk, More Journey when they did that. And they met Captain Underpants up at the top there. And so we're like, we're going to do this. And we did. And I fought him all the way up. I'm like, I'm crying. I was miserable because it wasn't instant gratification. It's something that you had to work for. And at that time, I was like, I'm really not into this. But let me tell you, once we got to the top of that mountain, I just sat there. I sat there and I cried like a baby because, one, I couldn't believe I actually made it up there. And two, just just the view, it was so beautiful and so like it was like heaven. Like it was just, it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, so Virginia and Damascus, like it's just, it's a beautiful piece of the world. Like if you ever get a chance to do even just a section hike of the AT, there's, I mean, just putting your foot on the ground, it's just like, it's just, you can just hear the stories that like thousands of people have done this. And it's amazing. And when you stop at the shelters, there's books sometimes you can check in and you can just write a little bit of something, or you can carve your name or your trail name rather into the wood. It's just, it's an incredible experience. I absolutely love it. Let's go back to answering some more questions. Let's see, y'all need to go around Michigan and the yeah, we we planned on it. We'll see what happens. This, forget, it's way steeper than Virginia. Yeah, I don't know. I'm good with the flatland right now. Um, so yeah, so back to the AT. So this is where these necklaces came from. Was our first section hike for the AT, and we've had them, like I said, since 2017. But yeah, and our second one, oh gosh, we went up to the Eagle's Nest. That was the one I wanted to do, and mainly because it wasn't so stressful as Mount Catawba, but it ended up being just as stressful. Like it's legitimately straight up. But once you get to the top of that, it's like a great picnic area. They have the shelters there and the stories. Like you can just see the stories in these shelters. It's beautiful. That's all I can say is it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Um, let let me go back up here just for 1 second. Arizona, 110 in Arizona right now. You can have it because Bob and I have been chasing, I swear, we've been chasing 90 degrees since we started this venture almost 2 years ago. November will be 2 years that we've been full time. So, yeah, you can have the 110 degrees. Are you going to what? Oh, wow. Yeah, that part of Damascus was awful. The flooding is just absolutely terrible. Do you feel the need for a base camp yet? No, no. So we'll go back in time a little bit. So when we made the decision to go full time, we were either all in or all out. So meaning we sold the house, we sold everything. I mean everything. The kids took what they wanted. There's special things that I gave them that I wanted them to have. Other than that, there's no storage. Like there is nothing. What we have, everything we own right now, is in Humphrey. That's it. And at this point in time, I have no desire to have a home base anywhere. Now, Bob may feel differently, but I do not. Okay, see, he says no. Who mentioned full-time art? Oh, okay. So we learned about full-time RVing when we were actually, well, from two places, really. Um, from Less Junk, More Journey, because we were interested on their hike. on the AT. And then there was Traveling Robert, because he went everywhere and Amelia wanted to see palm trees. So who better than to get information from than Traveling Robert? So we started talking about it, and it was supposed to be a 5-year plan. Well, and then it went to a 6-year plan, or maybe 10-year plan. Like, we've always knew that we wanted to, but everything lined up for us at the time when we actually did it. So I think it was the best decision that we've ever made. That's just me. Um, so together we talked about it. It's just things lined up in such a way that, back in New Hampshire, that if we didn't jump on the opportunity then, we were never going to do it. So we did it, and here we are. And I have no desire to see New England ever again, quite honestly. But yeah. Um. Oh, thanks. Um, we always, so every state that we go to, or every place that we go to, we always think, could we live here? There's some we say maybe, and there's some we say absolutely not. Like Tennessee, certain parts of Tennessee, I could see it someday. Um, South Carolina, I could see it someday. But there hasn't been really a whole lot that I would say, like, oh my gosh, this has everything. This is where I want to be when it's time to come off the road. Yeah, I haven't been there yet, because, and also we haven't been everywhere yet. We haven't done everything that we want to do yet. So really, like, that thought right now is like on the back burner. So, but yeah, you're right. The road it's so beautiful, and there's so much to see, and there's so much to do. And that's the beautiful part about this lifestyle. If you're not happy somewhere, you can just go. You can pick up and go. So, oh my gosh, Kenny, oh, big family expedition, right? Will there be more Just Carry live stream, or is it weird without Bob next to you? It's incredibly weird without having him here. I feel like a lost girl, honestly. We're always together all of the time, and it's like, and I know he's right outside, and but yeah, it's extremely weird. And it goes back to the engagement. Like, I'm talking to a camera. I know that, you guys are here because I'm answering your questions, but you're still talking to a camera. And yes, it is extremely, extremely uncomfortable. Oh, wow. South Carolina have, oh, okay. We have, yes, yes, and we've seen the Dolly statue. We've been to Dollywood, and those little cinnamon roll things, or the bread there, those are amazing. They were so good. We actually, the time that we went, I didn't realize how big they were, and we each ordered one with a coffee, and like, we had to bring one home because I didn't realize how big they were and how sweet, and it, like, it just hurts your teeth, but oh my gosh, is it so good. Uh, How often do you guys not have a good place to park or sleep for the evening? Well, we make it a point not to have that happen. Sometimes, I mean, depending on where we're going, like I said, schedule-wise, whatever, we'll do like a Cracker Barrel, or the best sleep ever is in North Carolina at the rest area. Like, you hear the trucks and stuff, but it's the best sleep you'll ever have. I love the truck stops. All right, what else is here? Oh, thank you. Yes, the one on I-95. Best sleep you'll ever have. I love it. Uh, how do you decide it's time to leave the campsite or RV when the weather gets really bad? Well, more recently, when it floods. No, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We keep a close eye on the weather, and we have learned we've had to do it quite a few times. Is just to pivot, and it's really not even a big deal. Um, so when we know or we hear that there's rough weather coming in, we'll move. Or if we think it's going to be okay, we'll ride it out. But most recently, like I said, it happened. It just happened so quickly. But we were able to get out, and it's not so bad. Um, so Bob uses RV Life Pro, and what he does for that is more getting um, just I don't know. He sees the reviews mostly of places, and that's kind of how we judge where to go because those are actual RVers that go to these places. So we kind of trust that judgment a little bit more versus than like a campground website. Hi, Alan. I heard Walmart. We have never slept in a Walmart. Not that I wouldn't mind. I mean, it doesn't bother me either way, because once you're inside and the blinds are closed, like you could literally be anywhere. Retirement is the best job you'll ever have. How often do you have a campfire? Well, get this. So, campfires. We've had one, and that was in Texas. Because why? Because it's been so GD hot. Like, you can't have a campfire. It is that hot. uh, so, if we ever were to have a campfire again, which I'm hoping at some point we can, yes, we would just buy it from the camp post. We don't ever bring in our own. That's a big no-no a lot of the time. What are the best RV groups to belong to, such as Good Sam's? Well, that's kind of like a personal preference type thing, I guess, depending on what you like to do. There's Harvest Host for boondocking. We have Thousand Trails that we use occasionally. Again, it's a time and place type scenario. Um, but yeah, we have Good Sam, and we used to have Escapees, which was really nice. So the membership for that is fairly low, and the monthlies, it's not so bad. So that was nice too. 46, 46 years. Well, congratulations. See, Bob, we'll make it 46 years. You think? Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That is so awesome. All right. Yes. All right. So I'm really sweating here. So, uh, so do we have any more questions? Anything you want to know? 30 years. Well, congratulations. Health and finances. Oh, yeah. There's there is the Walmarts. Yeah, there are quite a few that don't allow overnights anymore, because it's posted. And even if it's not posted, if you call them and just tell them, ask them, do you accept overnights from RVs and whatever? But I don't see it being a huge problem unless, like I said, unless it's specifically posted. I'll never have RV. Aw. Is Thousand Trails worth the cost? Yes. And I can say that because I'm going to be in the Keys again. We have like the entire package. Like we bought all of it just so because we didn't know when we started what we were going to use, and we used primarily Thousand Trails for the first year that we were on the road. But yeah, it's been great. So they're Encore properties, like in the Keys. You pay a small fee, but it's so worth it because you're in the Keys. You're right on the water. But Thousand Trails in and of itself, is it worth it? Yeah, I think so. Oh, see? Well, at least we're on the same page, even if we're not in the same not in the same place. How many pets do you have? We do not have any. No pets. Uh, yep. So will that change someday? Maybe. But right now, you gotta, I don't know, to me, I'd feel terrible just, even going to the store, just leaving them. But someday, maybe when we see everything that we want to see and we want to just settle down and just travel part time, stay in some place, one place for 6 months, another place for 6 months, maybe. But right now, I don't think it would be fair. Uh, oh, Bob can answer that one. Battery? No, no, nope. Actually, and that's another good thing as far as sponsors go. I was talking earlier about emails and stuff, and we turn away more sponsor offers than you could even imagine. There's very few that we work with and would ever work with. I go through their company. Like, you have to, I even go as far as the Better Business Bureau to make sure they're actually on the up and up. So the companies that we work with, for sponsorships, they have to meet certain criteria from us. If not, then we move on. Yeah. So yeah, so we're coming up. Oh my gosh, 48 minutes. Look at that. That's like more than I talked in every video we have posted. Good grief. Well, that is all I had, believe it or not. 48 minutes. Look at me go. Oh, it's Elvis. Oh no. Okay, let's more topics, people, because I am not going to go. I don't want to go listen to Elvis. I'm not a fan of Elvis. So come on, let's keep the conversation going here. Oh my gosh. Do you spend more time in the RV or do you go out and about? Well, since Bob works 8 hours plus a day, we spend the days uh, primarily in the RV, but we do go for walks, lots of walks during the day. So we are out and about. And then when he's done work, we make it a point each day to go out and do something to get away from the RV, hang out outside. In this case, he can listen to Elvis all he wants. Oh, yeah. You're not a natural. Are you talking about Bob or me? Because I'm like, whoo. Well, no, he can stay out there and listen to Elvis. Oh my gosh. Take Bob for a walk. We do. We do. We make it a point every day to go do something. How are the kids? The kids are doing great. Actually, RJ is on here, so he can chime in. Amelia's doing amazing. She's doing great at her job. Her boyfriend moved in with them, and he's doing great also. It's quite the change for them, but they adapted a lot quicker than I had anticipated. Will you guys ever oh, see, it's great. Just 5 minutes staying beautiful. That is my RJ. Will you guys head out west? Yes, we have plans to head out west um, in April, like the end of April. So I want to go to Utah because I want to go to Bryce Canyon. I see that all the time, and it's so gorgeous. Absolutely love Bryce Canyon. And then Bob wants to go to Colorado. Um, we want to see some of the touristy stuff, but not all of it. And I know he wanted to go to the Grand Canyon, so we'll see what happens. Oh, thank you, Alan. Thank you for being here. Uh, this weekend, but what mattress? Get a mattress that works for you. Like, in all honesty, just go to the store. But you have a Murphy bed here. Yeah, I don't know. So you'd have to go to the store and check that out. That's such a personal thing. Come through Nebraska? Yes. For the for what? Colorado? Oh, mattress firm. North Georgia. Yes, we love Georgia too. But hi. Oh, hey, you guys. You can ask. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, we don't do like, as far as mattresses, like Bob said, we went to Mattress Firm. We don't have a Murphy bed in here. We have a residential queen. What is saying hi? Okay, I'm confused. What? No Brooklyn bedding? Oh my God, no, no Brooklyn bedding. No, none. Mm-mm. Boy, you know how to push my buttons. Joy, thank you so much. Have a good night. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. So we're coming up on that hour mark, and I think I need a drink. Not water either. But yeah. So I think we're gonna call it at this. So, but I do want to say thank you. Thank you so much for all the love and support in here tonight. I really appreciate it. And honestly, I'm not so nervous now at this moment. Give me a minute, that might change. So, but yeah. So if there aren't any last minute questions, comments, whatever, I think we're going to call it a night because I have to make dinner tonight. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, again. I appreciate it. Have a good night, and maybe we won't do this again.